Hi guys, PLA Warrior here. Happy 2018 everyone. I don't know if that's the right thing to say because it's like nearly April. But I've just got to tell you that I am extremely annoyed because this is the third video I am recording. Fuck's sake, man. You know, I said I was going on a break. I think at the end of last year. So I was having a little break because I was on a bad downswing. Well, that break never really happened, to be honest. I kind of just kept playing, but just stopped recording videos. Which is bad, because the fans, they just deserve it, you know. The fans just deserve it. Yeah. I'm just trying to get everything configured here, and then I'll tell you all the stories and everything. How does that look? This looks okay. This could go higher. This would be alright. Just so you can see a stack there. Maybe this can go smaller. Yeah. Fuck knows. You don't need to see a stack, right? That's good enough. Yeah. So, have a seat. Seat at the round table. Oh, another seat at the round table. So, first of all, we recorded a really good video. And it was too long for YouTube, and then YouTube said you must authorize your account to upload longer videos and all this shit, which is wrong because I did that years ago. So I don't know about that. So anyway, I authorized it, blah blah blah, and then it didn't. I tried to re-upload it from YouTube, and then it didn't work. And then I tried to move my Holden manager. Oh, you fucker. And then I tried to move my Holden manager from like my C drive to my hard drive, the external hard drive, because it was taking up so much space with like, I don't know, 2-3 million hands on it. And then it just fucked up my whole Holden manager because, yeah, a bit of advice is don't try to move Holden manager from like one place to another unless you know what you're doing, because the Postgres database thing that you need that records all your hands, that basically stopped working. And then I couldn't actually uninstall it because it said it had already been uninstalled, the Postgres server. So when I tried to download it again, it said it's already installed, so you can't download it. But you can't uninstall it because it said it's like already uninstalled. So it's just a weird thing where it doesn't know if it's there or not. And that was basically stopping my HUD from working and all my hands from recording everything. Basically, Holden manager didn't work at all. And that's like one of the most important things on my computer, probably. So I literally formatted my whole computer. So I lost everything, which is a bit annoying. So I'm starting all my Holden manager from fresh. And then after that, I just recorded another video. I let OBS Studio do the recommended settings for me, and then when I came to watch it, I actually uploaded it to YouTube, and then when I came to watch it, it was like 480p or whatever. It was not HD at all, and it just looks so shit. So that's coming down. So this is my third take on a video, and it's a real shame because the first video was awesome. The second video was okay. There was a couple of good calls we made in there, so that would have been interesting to see at least. So this is the third time lucky, basically. So let's hope we can do it this time. Just got to see how this looks here. It's okay, right? Right, we'll go for a bluff on the turn. Could be winning here. Pocket tens. But we do have just a nice blocker hand. I don't really expect him to fold like 5-7. But then I expect him to c-bet the flop with 5-7 a lot of the time because it's a double gut shot. Are you with me? Roger that. This is a bit too weak to open in middle position. If I was in the cutoff, for sure, I would open it up there. Wait a minute. This is what we're going to do. We're just going to play 5 tables. I think this is what we did before. Because then we can put the replayer there. Which will be better. I hate arranging all the tables. This is horrible. Horrible. It's okay though. Probably. Right. So we've got kings there. I flopped the bottom open end. I'm just going to check and whatever and see what happens, but won't be going too mad with that, that's for sure. Oh, we're not even playing on this table, man. Fucking hell. Okay. We're waiting for seats. There's no... I'll peel 1-bet for sure, especially getting 4-1. But there's no waiting list on this site, which is annoying. So you kind of have to open all the tables and then keep an eye on them. And then when you're trying to record a video, it's getting hell of a messy, man. Three of clubs. 3 of hearts. 7 is an interesting card. Kind of gross here because there's still so many draws available, but I'm actually just going to fold. It looks like this guy has a 7 anyway, so. I expect him to lead the turn somewhat often with a... I suppose he can still have pocket jacks. He's checking the in first position. He can have jacks for a 7, I guess. Just waiting for my other seat to become available. Actually, I can play it on maybe pipe poker, will be alright. Just to fill up the table. You can take this one away. There we go. Just so I don't have to, I can concentrate on playing now. Too much adjustments going on. Not enough playing, you know? I hate it. This is probably too weak to open here. So yeah, as I'm going to tell you for like the 3rd time, well, to you guys I'm telling you for the 1st time, but for me, I'm telling the video the third time. This is my third recording that I did get stakes now, because I was getting a bit frustrated with having to cash out like a lot of my roll every month when I was by myself, like playing for myself. It's really hard just to move up stakes when you're staked. Wow. I get free bet by a guy who's 3-betting 2.5% of hands over 557 hands. It's just the easiest call in the world, obviously. I'm definitely not looking to 4-bet here against this guy. And it's an interesting spot here, but okay. Well, we don't really have any choices now, but I was going to say, if he checked, then I don't ever expect this guy to be lost my train of thought there. I don't expect this guy to c-bet dry aces too often on that board because he's so tight. So if he just has like ace 5-5 with no spades, and we both check to him, I don't know if he's even gonna, even though it's only half a pot size bet left, somebody's that tight, I don't know if he's gonna be betting. But also on the other hand, I don't know if I dunk into him, he's probably gonna fold his hand as well. So it's kind of tricky against him how to even get any value. Did we just pot that flop there? Well, yeah. What are we doing? Why did we pot the flop? Oh, I'm really bad. I don't know why I'm so bad. I'm going to raise here against a donk bet. Just because we can actually get it in really good. Because we have the 10 as well. So it's possible for us to get it in against, you know, Jack Queen 8 with no 10. Or Jack Queen King with no 10. And this multi-way pot is actually pretty gross because we have the king and the queen of hearts. So, I mean, I have to call getting like 5-1 or something. Even more than 5-1. But it's not a great spot because, yeah, now nobody has the king high flush draw or the queen high flush draw. So it's kind of hard to get value here. But once everybody checks, obviously, I'm pretty happy with it. This guy's never checking the ace high flush in position there, so yeah, it's kind of hard to get value. That's what I'm saying. The best that someone's gonna have is the jack high flush draw, which, you know, is the fourth nut flush, which is pretty weak. So maybe a flat call there. I mean, maybe check there's okay. I don't want to give too many free cards though, but flop top pair and a backdoor flush draw. I have to peel one card, and now we just get it all in for sure. And this is a gross situation. It's gone bet raise. We've got a wrap and a 7 high flush draw. But I mean, it's the low end wrap and it's a low flush draw. So I'm actually going to fold, unfortunately. I mean, if it just went c-bet fold or whatever, or c-bet call, we can raise. But we're really not going to be getting it into against a bet and a raise. I can put this here, I think. Oh, that's from earlier on. That's not right. Oh, no. This is now. Okay. Fair game. Yeah, so if this doesn't record in HD or whatever, I don't know what I'm going to do, man, but it might be the end of me, to be honest. So I can't do it 4 times. Oh man, Party Poker's so tight. They're unbelievable. I started playing on it. Like, do you know, it's the only site I've never really put any volume in on. I think I played on it when I was first playing poker in my career. Poker career. But that was years ago. I haven't really played on it since. This fucking taskbar thing's annoying me. I'll just move everything up. Just fuck it off. Yeah, we decided to 3-bet this 5-5-3-4 just because it doesn't do very well against these two people calling here, but we're giving up on that. We don't really like to get 4-bet, obviously, but the hand just goes as a 3-bet or a fold, basically, in that situation, because you're just going to be in a terrible spot. If you call, then the blinds are just really incentivized with their pot odds to get in there, and then he's going to see with the flop a lot of the time, and you're going to have 2 players behind you. You're going to flop like a 5-high flush draw or something, you know, or like middle pair or bottom pair. Whereas in a heads-up pot, that hand is obviously going to be better. Having a flush draw on a heads-up pot is going to be better. Yeah, so I played on Party Poker years ago, and I've never played on it since, really. But I came back to it since I've been staked, and my first day on it, I was really happy with how many weaker players were on there. But that must have been just a rarity, because it seems to be all regs all the time now. Get 3-bet in the small blind. This guy looks super tight, so not really an ideal hand that we want to be calling with here, with an ace and a king in it. But with a nut suit, I definitely don't think we can fold. And we'll just see what occurs. I'll peel 1 on the flop, but I'm not loving the situation. We do have the king of clubs blocker here, which is, yeah, okay. King of clubs is not a good blocker when they've got the nut flush. I mean, it's possible he has, obviously, just the ace of clubs there to be potting it, to be honest. Against the min bet with second pair, I got shot, and this guy's played like 3 hands in a row, even though his stats look pretty tight. He's certainly playing a lot of hands at the moment. I'm going to check the turn here and do some bluffs. probably going to check the river to induce some bluffs. If he has 5-6, it kind of sucks, but we have a 5 blocker. Yep, he has 5-6, obviously. Why wouldn't he? I mean, we should probably just bet the turn, but I'm hoping to induce some bluffs when we don't really need any protection when we have a 5. I mean, he's got 20% equity, so. But yeah, once he pots it, I don't know. I think it looks very likely he can have a 5. Because I don't think he's really going to turn a jack into a bluff, to be honest. So, especially weaker players. Actually, I don't know if he's a weaker player, just a tighter player. Tight players definitely not like going to be bluffing with a jack too often. But yeah, the standard play is probably just to bet the turn there with that hand. Oh, we're going to shove the river here. Really? I don't believe you. I wish I had something other than Queen High. I just don't believe you, bruh. I don't believe you there. Yeah. Does it not show you the pot size for these things? Yeah, 54. Yeah, this is a terrible table on the party poker thing. This guy looks pretty loose. But again, I don't like playing on party poker because A, I just never seem to win on it. Although it's not really like last month I was down like 1,000 euros on party poker and I was winning like, I don't know how much, 1,500 or 2,000 on micro gaming. I just find it strange. Like whenever I win on micro gaming, I pretty much lose the exact same amount on party poker. So that's why I don't play on it. Well, that's not really the reason why I don't play on it. The main reason is that there's no HUD. I just really like the HUD for players, obviously, to have it. And every time you play, you have to start again from 0. Makes it a bit annoying. So you have to write loads of notes on people, like in the actual box thing. You can't make notes away from the table, so I rely on my HUD too much, I think, but it's okay. And I just want to go back to this hand here. I potted the river, guys. That's a shocking. It's a really bad bet size by me. On the river here, it's just stupid bet size because we 3-bet, we c-bet the flop, then we check the turn, and then we pot the river. We're never ever doing that with aces or ace king, so like we only have a straight there, so it's so easy to have the nut straight that we need to be betting like a quarter pot, basically. It's just really stupid bet sizing on my behalf. I don't know, I lose concentration. I don't know why I do that. It's terrible. Can't have those moments where you lose concentration. I find that I'm focusing on speaking and, like, you know, commentating on what I'm doing instead of really thinking what I'm doing first and then explaining afterwards what I should be doing, what I did or whatever. It's the problem with live recordings. I think I might play first and then record, do some commentary afterwards. I've got this guy marked down as a looser player. He certainly doesn't look too loose, to be honest. So you can lose that tag if you like. Why not? I'm going to lead out here with my top and bottom pair with open ender. This guy certainly looks like a drawy hand. We can bluff some rivers. Jack, it's not really the river I want to bluff, but all the draws missed, so I think we can win a lot of the time. Okay. Maybe not. So interesting turn sizing from him. He bets like half pot. I guess he has a set and a flush draw, so he's not too worried. If he has the dry set, I think he's betting more. This is a loosish open, but the table looks pretty reggy here. Like one, two, three people that looks like regs from their stats. So I expect a lot of folds. People playing multi-tabling. And we can just see by this flop because we have a wrap. Fold to the check raise, obviously. Interesting pot on the turn. Pot lead. I mean, we have the third nuts. Find it a bit strange that it would pot lead. I mean, it's not that strange, but we'll see what he does on the river here. I'm going to jam in case he does have the nut. Okay, he was bluffing. I knew. My first instinct was right. That he didn't have it. It just made sense they didn't have it, right? Pot lead. And then, well, if he doesn't have it, I should just check the river and win. But I jammed in case he does have it. I never thought he'd be checking a flush. But it does make a lot of sense that he could have that. Yeah, a bit too fancy play for me, to be honest. That's too much of a fancy play syndrome right there. That's probably just a check on the river, and you know, we win if he was bluffing, and we lose if he was trapping with the flush. And we also lose if he did have the straight on the turn. We go all in with our aces here. Against aces. Yeah, buddy. I need to set up my alias. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. Super fancy play, I think. Just my initial read was he doesn't have it. So if my initial read is he doesn't have the straight, then on the river there's no need to bluff. Because like when we bluff on the river and he does have the straight and he folds because of the flush, it's going to be negated by the times that he just checks the river with a flush to trap, I guess. So it's not really worth doing. Thing is, once you make a play and you know it, then you realise it's bad. I don't know. That seems to be what I do. I don't seem to think as I'm playing the hand. I don't know why I have to play it first. Maybe something a bit strange with my thinking process, but it's certainly not a good thing. Wow. Against the absolute nit, I don't love to call here. It's going to have ace high flush draw, I think, a lot of the time. Or just naked ace. Okay. Oh, yeah, ace of spades, right. Ace with ace of spades, yeah. That's the other hand. So I guess he's going to bluff on the spades. I'm going to bet a turn again here. Just because it's an overcard. Okay, never mind. I'd be surprised if he doesn't have an ace at this point. We blocked like 10 jack and queen 10 jack and yeah. I was surprised if he didn't have an ace there. But it's worth betting the turn in case, you know, he does just have the naked king there, or even just the 9x. We kind of have to bet the turn. Plus we do pick up some outs with our gut shot. So we still have 6 outs to a strong hand as well. I'm timing out everywhere, my bad. So I was I try and do automatically refresh because it's a bit annoying. Get 3-bet by somebody. Have no stats on him, but I'm not thrilled about calling here. But with a nut suit, I kind of have to. Yeah. But I just don't think we're going to get it in miles ahead here. Having the King Jack 9. Because, like, he can have a lot of aces and kings. I don't know anything about the guy. Got no stats on him, so I don't know. But it's kind of tough hand to fold. Obviously, if it goes raise 3-bet call and you're like sandwiched in the middle, then it's pretty much incorrect. Yeah, he raised, then we called, then the other guy 3-bet, and then he called. It's pretty hard to fold a nut suit with 3 Broadway cards. I'm going to raise here. I think I've raised too much, but I think this guy's, yeah, full of it. Somebody that tight has got extremely tight tats. Tight tats? Tight stats. People that tight and passive, I generally don't see them raising the nut flush here. So they're either doing it with the ace of hearts or they're just doing it with air. You could have like a second nut blocker like Queen of Hearts here, but I would just think with that ace high flush draw, they're a lot more likely to call. So I just raised her in the hand, even if he does have the ace of hearts, and like he's raised me, and then I raise him, I don't think he's going to fight back with it. Even though he knows that I can't have the nuts. I'm going to just fold this hand here. Although we are in a really good position, because this guy might c-bet post-flop, first of all. And then we get, obviously, to see what these two guys do before me, but I'll go ahead and make the correct play, which I think is to fold. It's just too weak a hand in a 4-way pot. So we get 3-bet by the tighter regular player, and we will be certainly defending double suited hand. Once he pots it, there is no decision left to be made. Ugh. Ace high flop with the pocket kangs, the kangaroos. I'm just going to c-bet because I over c-bet because I'm a first level entry kind of aggression kind of type dude, and I just bet all the time. So that's what I do. That's what I do. Let's just have a quick look actually to see. I'm meant to be working on this at the moment, but I don't know. Reports, right? A good report to have is the Leak Buster overall. Leak buster overall, buddy. This is just since I wiped my computer. Flop C-bet is 62. Turn C-bet's 52. And river C-bet. Where's my river C-bet, bruh? Where's my river C-bet? Have I missed it? Where is it? Flop, turn. Why would you not have a river? Oh, why would you not have river C-bet? Huh. Wow. Kind of gross here. Yeah. I prefer raising instead of calling. We have the king of clubs, second that flush blocker. But I kind of did that before. Didn't go too well for me. And on this flop, pot size is half. Pot size bet. We have to just go all in and hope that he hasn't somehow got 8, 9, 10 jack. Or do 6, 8, 9. Yeah, that hand also makes a lot of sense. Rainbow. Of course, why wouldn't you have that hand? His stats look tight, 26%, 11%, but why would you be raising and calling with do 6, 8, 9 rainbow? I don't know. Anyway, good for you, mate, good for you. If you can get it to work out, I highly recommend doing said thing. Continuation bet, river C-bet. Yeah, river C-bet, that's what we need. Now we can put it up. Flop C-bet, turn C-bet. River C-bet. And now I can look, right? Timing out everywhere. Obsessed with my river C-bet. I just won't. 48, oh that's right. Oh, it's not too bad. It's just pure luck, I think. Right, we need to isolate this dude. Or it might have been a one-off type of thing, but generally, he's limping and everything. How can he have such tight... Keep saying that shit. How can you have such tight stats and be doing things like that? It's just catastrophic mistakes. Very likely he's going to have a King X type hand here. So we'll try and get some value from King X. We don't really want him to fold the King X. Ah, King X, right. And his X was the 3, obviously. Ridiculous, man. Truly ridiculous, buddy. That's how it goes sometimes. So how long has the video been going for? 43 minutes. I'll let it run a little bit more. And he just flat calls the whole way. It's just, I don't know why he's just calling. He's got like the nuts, man. What the fuck is he doing? Yeah, of course I have to turn the 3. The 1-outer to get me in trouble in the hand. I mean, a queen would have been nice. There's one of those left too. But let's not whine, eh? Whining is not so good. Super premium. Super premium. Come on, man. Don't tell us we can't play that hand. That's like worse than a bad beat. Wow, we get to get it all in with a super nuts free roll. Super nuts free roll. Well, I presume we get it all in anyway. Yeah, they never raise fold. Oh yeah, buddy. It actually wasn't a free roll. He decided just to raise top set instead. which is fine. You can never go too wrong raising top set. But yeah, there was a straight on the board. And I just folded jacks to like a bet, which is pretty bad. To like a limp, I mean. I'm going to check here. We don't really need any protection. If we're losing already, then we're losing already. And we're not really scared of giving any free cards, you know, apart from maybe the queen or the offsuit queen or jack. Basically. Decided to bluff here with my, well, it's not really a bluff, it's just a kind of a merged bet. Oh, it's this guy from over on the other table who looks normal. Yeah, I'm not surprised I can get some value there. Whose stats, oh, we would have flopped top set, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Oh, he had a deuce as well. What a setup. Oh, I would have stacked him. I would have stacked him. So, we're going to call. We have a wrap. We can't fold a wrap here. Now we have a flush. Going to check because there's no reason to be betting on the turn here. He's not going to continue with worse. Wow, why would you pot here? I think somebody so tight it's going to be a fold. This exact line looks like it's going to be a fold with even the nuts straight here. So he 3-bet, C-bet flop, check turn. I think, yeah, this is going to be a fold. His stats, he looks reasonably tight. He 3-bet us, so he's going to have a lot of suited aces. We block no clubs whatsoever. So, yeah, I think we can fold there. I don't know. I just think if he's bluffing, he's going to bluff the turn. More than likely, right? If he has... He did see bet small on the flop as well, which I think is really interesting because he might have a super strong hand. He might have either aces with clubs, kings with clubs, or a bluff. I mean, he can have other hands, but I don't think he's bluffing enough when he takes that line, for sure. Yeah, he's 3-betting from... He was in the big blind. Was he in that hand? Was he in the big blind? He was in the small blind, okay. So, yeah, 4% 3-bet on the small blind. He's not going to be putting the river with aces there, like a set of aces on the river. He's just going to be check calling. Or he might value bet smaller. I don't think he's putting... if he has the ace, just naked ace of clubs, I definitely think he's just bluffing the turn. Interesting. So this auto update thing doesn't work anyway, right? Turn that shit off because it doesn't seem to be doing anything. I don't know, or does it? Doesn't seem to do anything. I think it just slows the computer down as well, probably. does work. Anyway, super excited about 3-betting this hand against this guy. He doesn't open. And second pair with a lot of fold equity against a tight player in the big blind. I'm just going to raise here. We have ace. We have a 7 blocker, right? I saw him donk a weak top pair last time though, so it's very conceivable he's just donking ace here. But we do have a queen, a king, a jack, so it's hard for him to be donking ace, king, ace, queen, ace, jack, and a 7 because we have a 7 blocker. So he's also donking like 21% of his hands over quite a few samples there. So yeah, he's going to be having a lot of hands that are just nothing if he's donking like a 1/5 of his hands. Against Fishbag here, we bet flop, check, turn, definitely snap calling on the river. We could even consider value betting against somebody so strange because he might actually call us with a 2-pair type hand. See what he did have. Ace 10, prime example. Ace 10 probably even calls this, so probably miss a value bet against this guy. And against a min raise, I don't know what you're doing with a min raise, but we're never folding to a min raise. Pretty terrible card for us here. The fact that it's the 9. We do have a jack, but we do not have enough to continue, I think. And we call a 3-bet against this stranger player. Flop top pair and a gut shot, we call. We turn the gut shot, which is now the straight. And probably want to raise here. And I can actually get it all in. I want him to be committed with any flush draw that he has here. If he has like a 9 with a flush draw, kings, aces with a flush draw. Obviously any other hand he has is going to be easily folding. But we can let him bluff the river by flat calling. But his river c-bet is 0%. So he's not triple barreling very often. He's probably just going to be a bluffing flop and turn and then just giving up on the river. So I don't expect him to bluff the river. So in that case we want to be raising. And this hand is worth a call in the small blind, double suited hand. I'm going to raise here. We have not very much at all, but I'm going to block a bet on the river. But we have a hand that can't really call, and I just think people take that line a lot with a bluff sometimes. So flop top and bottom pair, and a gut shot and a backdoor flush draw. Certainly continuing, and certainly folding unless it's checked. Then we can't fold if it's checked. This guy can have a flush here. This guy's not going to have many flushes. We can have the most flushes, but we don't have any blockers, so it's a bad idea. This guy can have a flush. It looks like he might have a flush. Fold. And we get to 3-bet our kings. Well, we don't actually know that. Yes, we do. I should wait until the fact is there. See, this doesn't auto refresh. You have to click it loads of times. It's not refreshing automatically. I mean, it just saves me doing this, which is quite annoying, but it's okay. I don't really like having this up anyway. It's irrelevant whether you're winning or losing over like the tiniest sample in the world, especially in PLO, because it's like the deviation is just ridiculously huge. And I'm not even going to 3-bet this guy who's never raised in his life. Only 36 hands, but he's still never raised any of them. So I don't really want to get 4-bet with this hand, although, you know, it's not a disaster. But double suited, I would certainly 3-betting this hand. Because I wouldn't be surprised if he has aces a lot of the time here. Or a hand that actually dominates us by having ace, king, queen, etc. So real cool with our wrap for sure, but not super thrilled about the ace being there. And we turn some more outs, which we cannot fold. I doubt he has aces now that he's betting so small, but who knows? Well, we've come this far. Okay, queens. Queens make sense with an ace. But yeah, that hand certainly makes a lot more sense than having aces once he bets the turn so small. And he goes for a small 3-bet here. I don't know what this guy's doing. He looks fishy. He looks fishy. It's really annoying because these two guys are just going to be calling behind us when we call here. Like, we probably have the best hand, but we're just like wasting a lot of equity. Oh, I didn't mean to fold. I meant to call. We're probably sorry, not pushing a lot of equity by 4-betting here. I think it just plays better as a call. And play in position, basically. I need some music, actually. Oh, shit. Now my video's fucked. Now my video's fucked. Because that's my license code thing for Camtasia, which is like 300 quid software. And I don't want you guys using it. Kind of sucks. I need music. Music, music, music. Wonder if I just type in music. Music. Hardcore till I die. Yes, bruv. I'm gonna blast all the stacks off now. I'm gonna fold against this nip bagging if they raise me. It's the easiest bet fold. There we go, there we go. It's all yours. We don't fold, man. Yeah, we flop sets, bro. We don't fold. We flop sets. Ha! Min raise. The old fishy maneuver, bruv. Oh, he's got the gut shots. I've got the flush draw. He's got a set, but I've hit the flush. The thing is, once they c-bet, so bloody huge, right? Where is it? Once they c-bet so bloody huge, like, it's very unlikely they're folding. But when we raise so small, once they've potted it, because they're never bluffing, because they're never bet folding, like, we would never be bluffing with it being raised, right? But it doesn't matter because they're never folding. They're just but yeah, obviously against like thinking players and better players, then you're not going to be able to do that. But then those players aren't going to be betting the flop so large anyway. So you know, it's a funny game. This is a funny old game, right? And we do have an open ender here, but we're forced to fold because it don't have any extra outs, unfortunately. Wow, quadruplets I would have had. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. So yeah, on party poker, you need to like every day be like identifying the people because your HUD notes don't ever work. It's just super important to be identifying them fish baggins. Against such a small bet, I have to call. And on the river, yeah, I was going to say, certainly going to look him up. Could even bet for value. Super thin, but he just has a pair of nines. Super thin to bet for value, but we could just like, the pot's €5. We could just bet €1, like a blocker bet, you know. Stop him from betting larger with his flushes. This is not fucking good. I like the other one. The Penguin Cafe Orchestra. I like that one. What's it called? Music for a Found Harmony. Yeah, music for a found harmonium. It's alright. Double suited aces, bruh. Can you imagine double suited aces? Did we flop anything? Not yet. Soon we will. Ready? Oh, come on, bruh. Bruh. Come on. That's just a great hand. One of the rare ones. This is pretty loose. Pretty loose of me. This guy looks loose. This guy looks loose. And they said poker was dead, right? It's not dead, guys. I'm just giving up. I'm not bluffing into maniacs. Maniacs. Bad maniacs. Oh, we have a wrap here. We have a wrap, and do we bluff? This guy raised, yeah. I actually don't think we can bluff here because he's actually raising. A lot of his range is going to have an ace in it when he's such a tight raiser. I don't think he's going to be calling here with like kings or queens. We're forced to fold. It's nice to pick up additional equity, but I'm going to check back and sacrifice some EV here. Well, just to make it a bit less believable that we have a strong hand. I mean, if he does just have aces here, he's probably folding anyway on the turn. So this certainly looks a bit more bluffy from me, but it's still very hard to call with one pair of aces there if he does have it. Right, how long's the video been going on for? 1 hour and 7 minutes, you lucky people. I think we have to end it. Last two hands here. Standard flop for me, standard flop for me. Thank you very much, guys. It's been emotional. See you later.